Yeah, for sure. So, do you know anything about TA at all?
Nah, bro. To be honest with you, nah, man. I've got a couple months watching stocks and stuff, and a lot of the stuff from like Ace's thing, and I see your guys' posts, and I mean, I could some of the patterns like the bear flag shit like that, I could kind of recognize, but
Yeah,
nothing.
but you don't know how to start. You like came to like a new chart, like nothing at
Nah,
all.
bro. Nah, bro. I see your circles, your arrows sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay, for sure. So let me go to a chart. Let me find one.
You said you'd record it, right?
Yeah,
All right, cool, man.
yeah, it's all recorded. So anytime I go to a new stock, I always start on the higher time frames because they hold more power. So you always want to start on the higher time frames because there are less candles on the weekly versus trying to mark up everything on the 5 minute. There's too many more candles. So
Okay.
anytime you go to a new stock, always start on the higher time frame. So anytime it's a new stock, whether it's forex or like crypto or the stock market, I always start on the weekly. I go from the weekly down to the daily to the 4 hour and 1 hour. So what you do is we don't need to draw levels down here. So right now this is an AMD, right?
Mm-hmm.
So always start on the higher time frame to look at the bigger move. So we see that AMD, it's an uptrend, right?
Okay.
So hit the high at 94, drop back down. So just for this, I don't need to draw a level down here, right? Because price is up here at 82. No point in drawing levels at 59 when price is way up there. So when it comes to drawing levels, right, I always draw them on the weekly time frame, and I always focus on where price has the most reaction. Where you want to focus, you want to find levels where price reacts the most. Like here is a good level. If price was down to here, see top right
Yeah.
here, top's right here, top. So this is about level of support, which we broke. Now we're in an uptrend. So I don't need this level right here. So just by looking at current price, at all of this right here is what I'm going to focus on, because that's pretty much where price is at. So
Yeah.
just by looking, can I draw a trend? So just by looking, I'm looking for my areas of support and resistance first, like the areas that I see with my eyes. So like the main area. So just by looking at current price, there's area of support at 78.97 right here. And
Why is that like, even if that blue candle is past 78.97, it's still support?
yeah,
Like that
it's the main
that first
support,
one.
right? Because you see price over here, how it wicked it, and then price broke above, and then price came down, popped up. This green candle, right, retesting this level right here, pop back up. So this is a level of support because this was resistance, right? This candle, right? It wicked up to here, price rejected at 78.92, right? Next
Uh-huh.
candle, what did it do?
It
Broke
went past that.
above, broke the high of this candle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even let me so even if I didn't have, even if I just had this, and let me play it. So let's see that candle open. Yeah, so even if I had this, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is support. Cause see, notice how this candle open went this high, right? Went up to 78.98, and what happened?
It went back down.
Up back down at close, right? So this
Yeah.
was resistance of this candle, right? This wick. That's all it's telling you. Was price went up here, rejected, formed a wick, right?
Mm-hmm.
This next candle, what did it do? It pushed up higher than the high of this candle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't this be a good area of support since we now broke this high of this candle and pushed up higher?
Okay, I see.
It doesn't make sense because we're on the higher time frame, so we don't see a lot of data. But once we go down to the lower time frames, you're gonna see why I did it right there. So let me go forward. So there's a level of support right here. There's a level of resistance up here. I'll say right here at 87. And price is just playing in these two ranges, right? So just by looking off the weekly time frame, this is all we found. We just found two levels of where price is reacting the most. Level of support, the floor, and our level of resistance, the ceiling. So from the weekly, we go into the daily. And you see these levels? Boom. All we did was drew in our main levels on the weekly chart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to the daily because candles break up. So the lower you go on the time frame, well, the lower you go in candles, like for the time frames, your candles break up into smaller and smaller bits. So it takes for one candle to form on the weekly, it takes us 7 candles on the daily time frame to make one candle on the week. So the lower you go, the candles break up. So we're now on the daily time frame. You see that level of resistance, price hit the top, came down, went down to here, faked out, popped back up. Our main support, break, the retest, right, of 79.27.
Yeah.
The takeoff back to the top, couldn't hold, fell down. Now we are here, right? Hit support and now we bounce. So just by looking, there is a level in the middle that I can draw out, which is like, it's like the halfway point. So all I care about are the wicks. I don't want it too big like this or this way. All you care about is the wicks tapping the top. So there's a level of support right here. Well, which is now resistance, but there's a zone right here. Because if you draw it in, price is playing along with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Came down to support at 79, popped back up above 82. So over 82, we're looking at 87. Over 87, we're looking at the highs of 92, right? So we did find this third zone right here. So from here, we go down to the 4 hour.
What did you say that zone was called? Sorry.
Oh, so we have our two main zones, right, on the weekly.
Yeah.
We went to the daily, we drew in this halfway point. So think about this. So the zone in the middle, think about it as a checkpoint to the overall move. Because the overall move is from 79 up to 87. But I mean, let's say you missed this your entry down here at 79, right?
Yeah.
And if you notice this level right here, so if you miss an entry at 79, you see price coming up to this level, you can tell yourself once price breaks above 82 and holds, then I'm gonna enter and write it up to 87. Price broke above, right? 82. Yeah. Held it. Where did we go? 87. Came back down to 82, right? Confirming this level of support. Then it took off, went up to 92. So this is the overall move from down here to down here. So the overall move from this level of resistance on the higher time frames down to support. But we just have a checkpoint in the middle because stocks don't go just straight up. They pull back. So we do have this level in the middle of where price was playing right here at 82. So we have our three levels. I keep my charts as simple as they can be. So from the 4 hour, go down to the 1 hour, because this is the time frame I trade on. Well, I trade on the 15 minute, but I mostly go back and forth from the 15 to the 1 hour. So we're in the 1 hour time frame. And these levels should make sense. Boom. Hit the top, came down to the bottom, retesting this level at 83, down, got up to 83. Didn't hold above. So these levels we have are valid levels of support and resistance. So price is right at 82. How do we do extended after hours? 81. So it's safe to say if price breaks above 83, where's it gonna go?
It'll go to 87.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, price breaks above and holds the next resistance at 87. And this confirms too that more often than not, since we have a gap at 90, price breaks above 83.35 and it holds, we're looking at 90 for this gap fill. So then, since we have a level set, I just go on the 15-minute time frame, and this is where I look for my entries and exits. So, well, I look for my entries. So let's see. So price after hours, we're chilling at 81. So there is a minor level of support. So we have our main supports that we drew on the higher time frames. So since we're on the 15-minute, we do have a minor level of support right here. So pretty much since I missed this entry down here at 79, right? We had a minor level right here at 81. Price is holding above this level, right?
Yeah.
So more often or not, I could enter this tomorrow, even though we didn't. So the safe entry would be the breakover 83.36. But since I play aggressive, I would enter here and I would just write it up. Because I know in the long term, on the higher time frames, like go back to the 1 hour, price is making its way up to here. We just start out. Because overall move from 83 up to 87. But we do have this minor support right here. So for me, as long as price holds above 81.35, I'm looking at least 83.35. And then over 83.35, we're looking at 87.
Okay.
But
And these lines, they don't have like a certain name, or you just kind of like, I know you said you keep it simple, so you just draw them, right? Like,
yeah, I just draw. Yeah, I don't recolor my zones because they can always flip back from resistance to support. There's no point. But just draw, like I draw my main levels on the higher time frame, on the weekly and daily. So when it comes to trading, so I don't know if you know this, but I wrote it down in my notes, but the market is open 6.5 hours, right? Every day.
yeah.
Every day we get 2 4-hour candles a day and 7 1-hour candles in one trading day. So in every trading day on the 1 hour, you get 7 candles. On the 4 hour, you get 2. So if this next 4-hour candles opens up and starts to push up, more than likely or not, the 1 hour candle should start to push up too, right?
Yeah.
And the 15-minute should start to push up. So I draw my levels on the weekly, fix them on the daily. If I see a level on the 4 hour, I don't really draw levels on the 4 hour. I was looking at the direction, but I mean, if I see a level on the 4 hour, I'm gonna draw it in. But most of the time, I go down to the 1 hour time frame, and I draw in like my minor support levels, which was right here, or I
Yeah.
do it on the 15-minute. Like yeah, on a 1 hour, it would have been right here, this 83 level, but on the 15-minute for my entries, it would have been like right at current price, where price is at. So pretty much when the market opens, I just care about the 15-minute time frame and the 1 hour time frame, because these two, like the 4 hour is good for guidance, but you just get one candle. But after that, you just really focus on the 1 hour and on the 15-minute.
Okay.
That's pretty much all. Like I don't, for me, I don't go down to the 5-minute because there's like a lot of candles. It's like, but there's more candles on the 5-minute, which I don't like. So I stay on the 15-minute time frame because it's more clear. But as long as we stay above 81.38, easily looking at 83 over 83, 87, like easy. And that's how I trade. I just keep it simple. And I'm gonna send you some videos on YouTube that goes over like price action, it's like a 40-minute long video,
Yeah.
but it goes over every type of wedge, every type of flag, cup and handle, inverted cup and handle, head and shoulders. It goes over everything. Like if you watch that video in practice, it'll help you out a lot. Like you will, like you it'll help. Cause I watched all these videos before I did TA. Well, before my chart started to like look this good, I watched all these YouTube videos, which I'm gonna send you right now. It's like 3 videos that I watch, but I just watch those, then I would practice. So when I back test, I don't know if you back test your trades.
What do you mean by back test?
So pretty much I replay the market. So on TradingView, there's this tool up here, right here. It's the bar replay tool. So you can click on that. And let's say I lost on this trade. So let's say like for here, I went long instead of short. So let's say I went long and I lost on this trade. So I can see why I lost. I can just go back in time and replay the market. Like, oh, price had a bearish engulfing here. I saw this green candle, I got confused, made a bear flag, gap down. So I go over all my trades that I take, whether I win or lose, and I also practice too. So I go to like a random chart or like a random stock. So let's do I do TSM. And what I do is I go on the weekly time frame or the daily. So I do like the weekly, just depending. So I choose like a spot random in time, just anywhere random. I move my screen to the left so I don't see it. I play it for like 3 to 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause it. Go back to the right. And what do we have here? A new chart, right?
Yeah.
And then from here, you just do the same thing. Draw out your main levels of support and resistance, and you have two choices. You're either gonna long or you're gonna short. Given all this data that we have two choices. We're either gonna long or short. So just by looking at this, let's see what I would do. Boom, there's engulfing. Boom, boom. So just by looking at this right here, and some of these are going to be harder than others. So to the left of the screen, above the smiley face, there's this box right here. There's a toolbox. You click on the arrow that is next to it, and you favorite the long and the short. So from here, right, if I think, let's see, so price held here, I'm looking to long. So, I would have my stop would be pretty much below this level. Well, price is right here. So my stop would be, so my stop would be below. Then my take profit would be the next level of resistance, which is right here or even higher, which would be right here. Because I would enter right here at current price, have my stop loss below. Now let's play and see if I win this trade. So I got stopped out, but then this thing went back up. Look at that. And this right here is how you get better.
So basically, right then, like you would have just gotten stopped out and you wouldn't have gotten anything, right? Like you would have just lost.
Yep. So you just take fake trades. Yeah. So how my stop been like a little bit lower, but since the main support was right here, we broke it. Now, had we pop back up into here, then yes, I would have bought because this was the main support.
Yeah.
See, there's nothing wrong. Like good setup, just bad timing. Because price was still downtrending. Actually, it came down to here to these regions down here. Then it popped back up. But yeah, but this like here, if you're gonna back test, this will help you out because you only have two choices, right? And you just let the trade play out. But this was how I got better because a lot of people, they don't do this right here. They don't back test. Like you legit are given two choices and you have to make like either long or you're gonna short. But I back test like crazy over the weekends because you have to stay on top of the market. So what stocks are you looking at?
I have Apple, and I was trying to look at like a spread for Tesla for a battery day potentially.
Because I go over Tesla right now, and I do this markup from scratch, and I pretty much show you. So you're looking to buy Tesla, right? So you want to start on the 5 minute because every time frame gives you like a different story. So on the 5 minute, we could be in a downtrend, but on the 1 hour, we could be in an uptrend. That's why I stick to the higher time frames. So anytime a new stock, always start on the weekly. Start on the weekly or start on the monthly and work your way down. So if the weekly has too many candles for you, then start on the monthly. So for this, I go on the weekly. So just by looking at this, you see that Tesla is trending up, made a flag right here, uptrend, hit the high right here. Now we hit the low right here. Now we are at 14. So just by looking at this, right? So I'm just focused on current price. There's no point in drawing levels at 275 if Tesla's at 418. So I'm only focusing on these 3 candles. So just by looking, there's a level right here where price is at, because this wick right here and price opened higher, then came down. There's a level right there. There is a level up here, because I'm just trying to focus on the wicks. And wicks on higher time frames are just candlesticks on lower time frames. That's all they are. So level right here, level right here. Can we draw a trend line anywhere? Now with trend lines, I draw them on the higher time frames, but you can't draw them on like the 4 hour and on the 1 hour. But I don't really draw them on the lower time frames, because it's like the candles, like you get like a candle like on a 5-minute time frame, for example. Every 5 minutes you get a candle, so that trend line won't be as strong versus drawing a trend line on the higher time frames. So just by looking, I can draw a trend line from here, because pretty much 2 points make a trend line. So I can draw one from up here to here, and one from down to here, but I'm gonna draw this one up to here.
How do you decide where to draw it to?
Huh?
How did you decide to draw it up there as opposed to drawing it below to the red one?
Because I'm trying to, most of the time when it comes to trend lines, I just experiment. So I'll go down to the lower time frame to see how this trend line would look. But you can also draw it, like for this example, I'm drawing Tesla in a channel, because technically we are in a channel. Boom, boom, hit the high. So we could come back and retest this low, but we are in a channel. So, and we pretty much is a channel in a channel, because if I can, yep. So this is probably like more advanced, but usually on higher time frames, if I can draw a channel, I will, because channels are pretty overpowered. So for this case, we have this big channel out here and this channel in the middle. So, which also aligns with our level right here. So just by looking at this is all I can do. And I mean, and I can draw more trend lines through here, but I just try to get trend lines that are more current to price. And I try to keep my charts as clear as they can be. So there's nothing wrong with drawing like trend lines everywhere, as long as you can read it. But I keep mine as clear as they can be. Like for me, less is better on my screen. I don't want to like put in like a lot of levels and zones. Like this right here is fine enough for me. So Tesla on the weekly, price right here. So from the weekly, we go to the daily. Then we just see how levels react. So this is a valid trend line right here. This bottom one, this one in the middle.
Yeah.
This top one is a valid one too. I just have to fix it, because usually when we go down to lower time frames, you just have to fix your trend lines, because sometimes they might not be aligned with the wick. Go. So Tesla's right here. So on the daily, it's like if a stock has a lot of gaps, like on Tesla does, you can turn on these Heikin-Ashi candles, and it gets rid of the gaps. So that way you just focus like on price action. So like if a stock, like even on Boeing too, like Boeing has a lot of gaps, just turn on like the Heikin-Ashi candles, and that closes the gaps. So just by looking at Tesla, there is a lot of level of support, which is right around here. I'm gonna have to fix this level when I go down to the 4 hour time frame. but right around here, there's support. Also, it's support at 367 as well. But I don't need to draw that in yet unless price breaks below 398. So you see that Tesla hit the top, came back to support, bounced up. So now, well, hold on, let me move this down to here. Let me move this down to here. This up a tad. Like to here. Boom, boom. Tesla hit here. Then there also is, I'm gonna add in that other line right here of support that I saw. So we wick down to here, pop back up to here, and now we're playing. So from daily time frame, we just doing these two levels right here. Now
Do you
from
still
the daily,
do you still need the very top one, the very top yellow one?
huh?
Do you still need the very top yellow one?
This one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if price breaks above this zone right here, we know
Oh,
it's
that's
gonna
what.
it's gonna come to here to this level of resistance.
Okay.
So from the daily, we go down to the 4 hour. Really don't see a difference, but we see price is holding here. I wonder how we do after hours. Oh yeah, because Tesla, because they didn't get added in the S&P index. That's right. So that changes things. So yeah, so news came out and Tesla didn't get added in the S&P index. So we could drop back down here to 372. Because we did break this level right here. Because the overall move is from down here to up here.
Yeah.
So since we didn't break this high, Tesla should start to come back down to 371. And, if we break this level right here, if we break under 368, price is coming down to this trend line at 350, which we drew on the higher time frames, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we pretty much have our main level set. So yeah, so truth be told, I don't even need this top level unless we do break above 422. But until then, I really don't need this top. So price is here. So all I care about is these three levels right here. So let me go down to the 1 hour. We see price. Yeah, we can see how our levels react, how our major levels and our minor levels react. So pretty much, I won't long Tesla unless we break over 422. Because once we break over 422, we're pretty much going to make our way to this trend line to 484. Because I care about this giant move than like this smaller move. But right now, we are here in the middle of nowhere. So I want to enter here. I would wait for price to either reclaim 403 or 372. So right now we're stuck. So I'll go down to a 15-minute time frame. And we just wait. So on the 15-minute time frame, when the market opens, this is the time frame I trade on. I go back and forth from the 15-minute to the 1 hour. And that's pretty much all you need. Because once you mark up on the weekly time frame and on the daily, you don't have to check those anymore until the market closes. Then you can look at that daily candle. But more often than not, you don't even have to look at those time frames when the market's like open.
Okay.
So on the 15-minute, we're stuck. So this is when I draw in like my minor support levels, but I keep my main zones, but these levels will be like real tiny. So there is minor support here. So pretty much if I want to buy calls, I could buy calls for a scalp to a 402 or to pretty much 420. Because pretty much as long as we hold 386, this minor support, we're looking at 402, then over 402, we're looking at 422. But if you break this, we know that price is heading down to 371. So right now, it's just a waiting game. So if I wanted to enter for the long, I could here. But since price is up here at 391, I'm probably going to wait for price to head up to 402. And if we don't break 402, then I know that price is just going to head back down to 386 before going down to 371. So once I draw out my main levels, all I'm doing now, I'm just waiting for the market to come to me. Like that is all I do. I keep trading as simple as it can be.
That's clean, man.
Yeah, man, you just gotta keep it simple. Like on, for example, on NVDA, I don't know if you were there when I called it out at 507. What, 505?
Uh, I saw it, man. I'm beginning, so I'm a little restricted on cash.
Yeah. But I just like I draw my main levels on the higher time frames. I saw that price was stuck in this box. So we had a inverted head and shoulder, the left, the head, the right, entered off the right shoulder because I trade this setup all the time when I see it. Entered up to here. My first TP was a 525. But then you can see we just kept going up. We went up to 588. And I entered down here. I sold it here, which I shouldn't have. I should have held it. But yeah. But I keep my trades short and simple. I don't use no tools. Well, you can add these to yours if you want. It's the 21 moving average, the 50 moving average, and the 200 moving average. I use these as guides. I don't really use them to like enter and exit because they lag. Because they lag behind price. They don't follow price at exact. So like, for example, on a price action, my entry was 505, right? When the 21 crosses the 50, you're looking for a buy. When the 50 crosses the 21, you're looking for the sell. So if the blue crosses the red, look for the buy. If the red crosses the blue, then you're looking for the sell, right?
Yeah.
So since the blue crossed the red here, your entry would have been at like 512, right? There's nothing wrong with tools. You just don't, you're always 2 steps behind. My entry was down here at 505. If you would have relied on this, you wouldn't have gotten this good entry right here. You would have gotten it right here at like 512 in the middle of nowhere. That's why I stick to price action. And I don't use like the EMAs and all that. I don't really use those because they lag. But I keep my charts as clear as they can be. Like all this data down here, I don't even need anymore because I'm just focusing on this stuff right here. But I keep my charts as clear as they can be, and I'm looking at the bigger move because I don't care about this dollar or two move. I want this giant move up. That's all I care about, or the giant move down. Like this would have been a good short too, and I should have went short because broke below my channel, came down, broke this level right here, down all the way to 468 and popped back up. But yeah, but this is why you always start on the higher time frames because they hold more power. Like for this example, I drew a trend line from down here to here when price was down here. Then I went on the 4 hour. Yeah, I drew this channel on the I think on the 1 hour. I found this channel. Yeah, so I drew this channel on the 1 hour time frame. The top right here, cloned it, put it to the bottom, and I just extended price through.
So did you enter because of the head and shoulder, or did you enter because you
Yep.
were at the bottom of the channel? Oh.
Yeah. Oh no. So I entered because I saw the inverted head and shoulders, but it also aligned with my level of support too. That price didn't break, and it also aligned with the bottom of this channel. So I mean, I didn't really focus on the channel. I just saw this inverted head and shoulders, and I entered. Go down to 5. Yeah, you see it better on the 5. But I saw this right here, and I just entered. But even at the fact that you do have this bottom channel, how we saw that too, and you saw that price is at a level of strong support, I mean, you could have went heavy on this trade because you legit have support of that channel, support of this zone right here, and an inverted head and shoulders, which is all bullish. And you know that as long as price doesn't break 503, like why are you gonna sell? right?
Yeah.
That's how I keep trading simple. I just keep it simple. Like as long as price doesn't break below this, I'm not gonna sell. I don't care if it wicks, but if I see like a candle body push down and if that next candle goes lower, then I'm gonna sell. But until that happens, I'm just hold it. Because it has two
You,
choices at that point. It's either gonna explode up or break down and break this level of support. In this instance, it exploded up.
you wait for the actual candle, not
Yeah,
like.
I don't care about the wick. I care about because wicks, like I said, on lower time frames, they're just candlesticks. So on the 5 minute, you see this. But on the 1 hour, let me go to 1 hour. Yeah, on the 1 hour, you just see this. You don't even see the inverted head and shoulders. You just see this. So I don't really like these wicks, how we wicking this level, next candle pop back up. So I don't really care about the wick. Like unless the body like this right here. Now if I saw or like even this, how we broke this channel. So I don't care how we wick down to here or even wicked up. The price came to here. This next candle, what did it do?
Going down.
Went down. Yep. The body of the candle broke. Like even here, we wick down in here. This next candle opened to here and pushed down. So had I went in a buy here, I wouldn't have got out until I saw this body of this candle open. Then I would have gotten out. Because once that, I don't care if we wick down here, but if the body of the candle started to push, then yes, I'm out. And that's what you see. Open lower, lower, bounce. This candle gapped up to here, dropped. So like even for here, for the buy, as long as price holds above 503, we're looking at a retest of 529 of this bottom channel. Okay, price at 499. Yeah, so price needs to hold above 503. Once we hold above that, easily 530. Because this is where price fell. Because if I were to remove, yeah, boom, boom. Yeah, oh yeah, so price holds above this easily, trend line. And that's how I just keep it simple. I keep my trades as simple as they can be. I don't try to like don't force anything. Like if you don't see it there, then don't force it. Like that's the best advice I can get you. And if you're having trouble with your emotions, just change all your candlesticks to one color. So let me find a different stock. Let me do Spotify. But what was I say? Oh yeah, so like if you're having trouble with your emotions, what you can do is change all your candlesticks to one color, right? Because I don't really focus on the red or green. A lot of traders they go in for like calls and they see a red candle and they freak out, right? Same if you're buying puts and you see that green candle, you're not looking at the bigger move, at the bigger picture. So change them all to one color. What do you see? You just see all white, right? No red, no green. You don't know when to buy, you don't know when to sell. So just doing this, it all comes down to price action. So it's the same thing we've done that I've been showing you. So like even for a Spotify, right? I just care, like all I care about is the price action. See that price in the uptrend made a flag here, went up, going sideways here. So it's the same thing, right? Focus on the areas where we see price reacting the most. So just by looking, there's a level right here at 242 is price is reacting right here. So this is about a level. And there also is a level, there's a level around these regions right here. And
So that's the other level you drive it, even if the wick is actually above that level.
huh? Yeah,
What?
because I don't need, because I'm trying to get as many taps as I can where you see price
Oh, okay.
reacting the most, right? See how all these
Yeah.
candles are reacting to this level? I mean, you can have a level at the highest point here. You can do that, but I care about where price is reacting the most, where I get the most number of touches and confluence. So it would be like right around here. Tapped right here, worked up, came down, worked up, worked up. So this is about a level of resistance, right?
Mm.
Because when price hit the top, where'd it go? To the bottom. When price hit the floor, where did it go? To the ceiling. So this is all we can do. Can I draw a trend line anywhere? Boom, boom, boom. Nah. So now from the weekly, like I said, go to the daily. We see price better, right? See how our levels lined up. Now from here, I can draw a level in the middle, like around here. I just care about the taps. But boom, boom, down to here. Reclaim 265, went up to here, back down to 265, played around with it. So this is a valid level in the middle. So just by looking at prices at 248, just by looking at this, as long as we don't break 242, we're looking back at 265. That's what I'm seeing on price. So from here, we go down to the 4 hour. Yeah, so we see that price is holding here, right? And anytime price held this level, where did it go? Went back up to 265, right?
Yeah.
So boom, boom. Let's see. So here, let me see if my levels are good levels. Boom. Yep. So just by looking at this, so if I wanted to enter this trade, right? I saw the 4 hour downtrend, hit the bottom support, bounced up, closed like this. How do we do after hours? We're at 247 after hours for sure. So just by looking at 4 hour, go down to the 1 hour, and we see that price is building itself right here. So now zooming in on current price. Just if I want to enter this trade, just looking at price action, since we missed this entry down at 243, the next best place to enter would be off the break of these counters right here, right? Do you know why?
No.
So
Because the next it would go to the middle one.
you see how price is reacting to this level of resistance right here. This first candle hit it, right?
Yeah.
Dropped. Next candle open here, couldn't break above 250, right? What happened? Dropped.
Dropped.
Went to 245, right? Made its way back up to where? 250, couldn't break, dropped, 247. So isn't this a valid level of resistance?
Yeah.
This price gonna break. So price has two choices. We're either gonna break above 250 and start to make our way back up to 265, or price is gonna break below 242 and go down to 234, like around these regions right here. So once price breaks above, because I'm looking at longest now. So once price breaks above and retests and holds 250, we're going up to 265. Because just by looking at this, there is no red or green, right? So you're not looking at each candle one by one. That's what traders do. That's what new traders do. They want to analyze each candle one by one without looking at the bigger picture. So just by looking at this, over 250, we're looking at 265. Like that's easy setup. And if I were to extend this out to this level right here, you can see this level I drew is about support, right? Price hit 250, where did it go? Up to 265. So just by looking at current price, we break over 250, where are we going?
265.
Yep. That's how simple I keep my trading. Cause we know once we break over here and hold, as we did in the past, right? Once we broke over 250, we went up to 265. Then over 265, we're looking at 275, but the overall move is to 280.
Okay.
Like, we don't short this unless we break under 240. Then I would short. But until then, I'm looking more to long this. And I'm actually going to move this up to my top watch list because Spotify does look good. I know this is a lot to take in, but just so I sent you those links and just practice. Like, go on TradingView, and if you want, we can like hop on Zoom real fast, and I can give you. Well, matter of fact, I just give you my settings right now. So on your TradingView, because it's called recorder. So on your TradingView, right, this top. So right here, these top 3 lines, you click on this. You want your color to be on dark color theme. You want this on. Then you right click on your chart, right? Go to settings. Go to your appearance for your background. I have mine on the blackest one. And then for my grid lines, I click on this empty box because when you open your chart, it's going to look like this. We have all these lines in the background, and I don't like that on my chart. So I just right click, go to settings, go to appearance. On the grid lines, I click on the empty box, and I move it down to 0%. So that way, it gets rid of those annoying lines in the background. And then for your toolbox right here, you go down to, you click on the brush right here, the third or the fourth or the third tab on the geometric shapes. You click on the arrow, go hover over the rectangle, you press the star, the favorite, and it'll put it in this toolbox. So that way you don't have to go back and forth. And the same with the trend line right here. Yeah, that's all I use, man. Support and resistance levels, trend lines, and I read price action. Like, that's all trading. Like, you just have to keep trading simple. Like, I don't use like the TTM squeeze or like the Ace says, like the 2 lines. I don't use any of that. I try to keep my charts as clear as they can be.
Cool, man. I'll definitely have to watch the videos and then start messing around with trading, bro.
Yes, sir. And just use this tool up here, like I said. And so, like, if you take a trade and if you lost on a trade, just use this tool and go back in time and see why you lost. That will honestly be how you get better. Like, if you back test with this tool right here, like, you will get so much better. And just take fake trades. So, like I said, I go to like a random spot, and above the face over here, the smiley face, there's these tools that I have on. It's a long and short tool. So, for example, if I was given just this, right? I went back in time. I was just given this. So what I would do is, since price broke above my level, my next level of resistance right here, I'll put my stop below. My entry would of course be up here at current price. My stop loss is below this level right here. Then my target is up here. And we just play it. Let's see if I win. So I got stopped out. Was in profit. Price came down, stopped me out, then took off. But this right here is how you get better too. Just back test like crazy. But I only back test on the daily and on the weekly time frame. because there are less candles.
Cool, man. What do you use Tastyworks too?
Huh?
Do you use Tastyworks?
I use a E-Trade, but there's
Okay.
nothing wrong with. But I do like a Tastyworks when it comes to spreads. They are good for spreads, but I don't use them. Not like that. I did, but I like E-Trade better.
Cool, man. Well, I'm assuming that's kind of it.
Yes, sir. So I sent you those links to the video.
Yeah.
But that last link, it's a 40-minute long video, but I suggest you watch that video when you get time, and then go on your account on a trading view and just try to find those shapes like on your free time. Just be like, hey, I just want to find as many flags as I can, like as many head and shoulders. Just do that, and you will get so much better. Because all those links I sent you, I watched those videos when I was learning how to trade, well, how to chart.
Cool, man. Will do.
Yes, sir. And always trade with a plan. Like always have your own plan too. And if your plan doesn't work, oh well, because every trade is a lesson, whether you win or lose. You have this tool right here, so you can just go back in time and see what happens.
Cool, man. I'll definitely have to check all these things out, man. I'll watch the videos and
Yes,
start
sir. And if
looking
you have
for
any
something for
questions,
some.
then just let me know. Just hit me up.
Cool, bro. Yeah, man. Sounds good.
Sure.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate your time, all right?
Yes, sir. So this recording, it should download, and I just, how do you want it? What's your email? Yeah, so if you send me your email, I send it to you.
All right, man. Yeah. I'll shoot you the email through Twitter.
For sure. And I seen this.
All right, man.
All right, man. I see you around.
Yeah, you have a good weekend and good luck this week.
Yes, sir. Thanks, you too. All right, later.